What's up, peace, and welcome back to my channel. I am Alyssa Simone, and this is Alyssa Simone Is, where I give you all the helpful things that I is. One of those things is I am a frugal franny. I like to save a coin or two or five or as many as I can, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so this episode is all about how to get femininity on a budget. So as we know, in the past like 2 or 3 years, there's just been this craze all over YouTube, just all over, it's seeping into everywhere, honestly. All sorts of social media outlets about femininity. And there's this whole push for femininity. Not saying it's a bad way, I'm just saying it's becoming a trend. So anyway, but what I will say is that a lot of the things that they say are super duper duper expensive for women to be keeping up. And you don't have to make oodles amounts of money to be a feminine woman. So I have looked at some things that are really helpful for women to do. And if you're on a budget, these will be really helpful things. So here we go. Wait a minute. Disclaimer. I am not the most feminine woman in the world. I don't claim to be a feminine woman, but what I am kind of is like a little like a sociologist or a scientist. You know what I'm saying? I just review the data and know how to read scientific study to you. So that's basically what this is. So I just want to give you helpful tips about how to be a feminine woman on a budget, okay? Oh, I felt my little Tabitha Brown come out. Okay, y'all all right? Okay, so anyway, I love Tabitha. But anyway, so I've broken it up into 3 different categories: mind, body, and spirit. That's what I've been hearing all over and over again throughout all these videos, is how to get your mind more feminine, your body more feminine, and your spirit more feminine. And body is your body and like your appearance as well. But for this video, we're gonna have 3-part video, 3 or 4 parts. For this video, we are going to tackle the mind. So one of the biggest things that I have seen women on the femininity movement say that other women need to do to be more feminine is to go to therapy. This is because they want you to heal your traumas. They want you to find healthier ways, want you to have healthy habits that might be feminine and a little more light in nature than what women carry. And I have a joke on Instagram right now. Follow me on Instagram. It's Alyssa Simone Is. It's everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, wherever social media is, I'm Alyssa Simone Is, so find me there. And so, but there's a little joke on there, and I just tell the story about why I don't go to therapy. So this little for the low, I have to take my own advice, you know what I'm saying, about how to get therapy on the low. But, okay, so how to get therapy on the low. One is check your insurance company. Sometimes they cover you to have therapy. They cover you to go in and see a counselor. They cover you to go and do a whole lot of things that you may not know is covered. So check your policies. We don't read a lot, but check your policies, okay? And see if maybe it's covered under there. I belong to a church, and so one of the things that my church is big on counseling. So one of the things that they do for the people that go there is they have specifically Christian counselors that they work with that don't go to the church necessarily, but they're just healthy people that know how to get people healthy. And they have their own, it's called Kingdom Community Ministries or something like that. Something like that. I can't tag them because I don't even know what they have. But basically, they're Christian counselors. They're, biblically based. If you're not a Christian and you're watching this, I don't know, maybe you belong to a social club and maybe they can help you that way. But my church, they pay for a portion of your counseling. So if you belong to any clubs or any churches or anything like that, and sometimes churches actually have people on staff that actually do counseling. And so just like with therapy that you would pay for, you have to be willing to submit to that process. So that's one way you can do therapy for the low. And here's the other way that you can kind of do therapy for the low. So, it takes a lot of honesty with yourself. So what you'll need to do is grab a friend and say, friend, I love you. No matter what you tell me about myself, we're not going to stop being friends, but I need you to tell me about my unhealthy patterns. And so you have them tell you about your unhealthy patterns, but you can't just break relationship with them, because this is the person that you promise, I'll stay in relationship with you so that I could be a better person. And I do have that person. We're genuine friends. It's not just so that we can be better people, but we genuinely love each other. And so from that, you can say, okay, these are the unhealthy things that I have going on. You make a list, and then you say, okay, how can I work on that? And if you need to, you can go to YouTube. If you need to, you can go to an older person that just has experienced life and is in a healthy mind state, and just ask them, what is something that I can do to tackle this? Because what therapists do, counselors do, all that, they load you up with tools so that you can fix the broken parts in your life. So a cheaper way is to get a friend, then go to an expert on like YouTube or in your life, or someone who has mastered that issue, and they can tell you how to walk it out. And of course, it's a process. You have to be open to that. And then you go back and you tell your friend, hey, this is the issue you brought to me. This is the tool I got. When it happens, can you make sure I use this tool? And so that's a way that you can get some kind of therapy in, or some kind of tools into your lifestyle, so that you can basically help yourself be a better person, more of a feminine woman. Your load is lightened. Another thing that you can do is I like to journal. So I love to have the first thing I journal in the morning is usually gratitude. I journal my prayers. So however you want to journal, you can journal, but I journal my prayers. The first thing I do when I wake up is say, thank you, Lord. Thank you so much for another day. And I pray because I believe in God. And, I thank him for another day. Immediately after that, I am affirming myself. That's another one we'll get to in a minute. And then right after that, I'm in my Bible, and then I'm journaling. And so I journal my prayers, and I start off with thankfulness. Thank you for this. Thank you for this. Try to do at least 10 things. There's so much more to be thankful for. I heard someone say, don't count your problems, count your blessings. So when you count your blessings, things are a little better for you. You tend to be a happier person. What you focus on will kind of take root into your life. So definitely number 2 would be keep a journal. Just with anything that you're feeling, keep a journal, and then also write down the things that you're grateful for. And then what you can do at the end of the month is go and read those things that you are grateful for, and you can see how full your life actually is. So that will be another thing that I would say. Another thing that I do is I got an affirmations book that I absolutely love. So this is my journal. And then this is my affirmations book. So it's called Today I Affirm, a journal that nurtures self-care. And it's by Alexandra L. And I absolutely love this book because it asks you questions, and based on the questions that it asks, you make up your own affirmations. Now, me personally, because I'm a believer, my affirmations are always rooted and grounded in the word. And that's what I would encourage. I don't encourage affirmations that are let's just say not God-centered, but this was a very helpful tool for me, and I got it at Five Below. It was only $5. My friend gave it to me, and it was like one of the most helpful things that I could ever receive as a Christmas present. And so I had to buy another one because I filled that other one up, and there's just all sorts of things. So the third way, so the first way is use a friend and some experts on YouTube for therapy. The second one is get a journal out your feelings and your gratitude. The third one is make sure you write down affirmations. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a few of my affirmations. So some of mine that I say every day are rooted in the word, and I answer these questions. Who am I? I am Alyssa Simone, a child of God, limitless and loved. Where am I from? I'm from the mind of God. God was so mindful of me that he created me through my parents in Los Angeles, California. Where am I going? I'm going places, to kings, queens, rulers, presidents, prime ministers, cities, towns, territories, states, arenas, nations, CEOs, television sets, movie sets, theater sets, award shows to present and accept awards, meetings, rooms with meetings of influential people. And so, and then what can I do? I can do anything he wills. So I always put mine, you know, back to God. And so those affirmations just came out where the Lord was ministering to me, like some of the purpose that he put down on the inside of me. So whatever he's told you that you are, go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, affirm that, because you know, sometimes you don't believe that. And it's simple ones like, I am beautiful, I am enough, I am feminine, I am womanly, I am girly, I am desired, I am desirable. And I say those things every single day, and I will let you know they are rooted in scripture. So I have scriptures for the things that I'm affirming that God already says about me, that I just chose to believe the lie of the enemy. And, you know, now I need to go rewire that. And I've talked about truth cards. That's another thing that you can do. I've talked about truth cards in my other video. If you're like, what are truth cards? Just comment below. Let me know what are truth cards, and I'll do a whole nother video about truth cards and femininity and all that. And so, the fourth thing that you can do for your mind, are we on 4 or 5? Can't remember. But the last thing that you can do, to get your mind right and more feminine, is to read books. Honestly, read books. You can find books. I found a really good book by, who was it? Francesca Ramsey. I found a really good book by Francesca Ramsey. And honestly, it was in the Dollar Tree, but it's still a really good book. Like, sometimes you go look at that section. I have a friend who's like, I want to write a book, but I don't want it to end up in Dollar Tree. Like, I put that I'm started reading this book, and I posted it, and Francesca Ramsey reposted it. Like, oh, she's reading my book. It doesn't matter where I got it from. I got the book. But what I'm doing right now, I don't know if this is backwards, but it's Woman Evolved by Sarah Jakes Roberts. So I'm going to start reading this. And so it's called Woman Evolved, and so it's specifically towards women. So I would say read books that are geared towards women. You know what I mean? I say just read books just in general. Another really good book that my boss gave me is called Emotional Intelligence. Just be emotionally intelligent up here in this world, okay? And you'll get through life a lot better. But so these are the things that I think that you can do that are inexpensive to enrich your feminine life. Okay, so part 2, we're gonna go to body. And I honestly think body is gonna have to be broken down into 2 different sections. But you will see that video coming up next week. So again, we're talking about femininity, how to be more feminine on a budget. One of them is therapy. You can get therapy through friendship, relationship with older people, or relationship with people who have gone through what you're trying to get over, and sometimes some people on the internet. Number 2 is to make sure you journal and keep gratitude at the front of your life. Number 3 is say your affirmations. And then number 4 is, so it was 4. Okay, and then number 4 is enrich your life with new information and, you know, it geared towards women and things like that. Now, like I said, I am a believer, so these are the types of things that I read and the types of things that I affirm. And I understand that it's not going to be true for everybody, but these are some of the feminine things that you can do to, you know, get your mind right. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought. Is there another one that you say, okay, well, this is another good way that people can get their mind right? Share it down below, because if people see this video and they want to see other things, like, they can go through those comments and see. Again, I'm Alyssa Simone, and welcome to my channel, Alyssa Simone Is. Thank you for watching this video. Follow me on all the social medias, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, and Canva and Pinterest, all that stuff. You can follow me there. All right, I hope to see you guys in my next video. Also, if you can, comment down below, what do you want to see? What kind of videos do you want to see? Is there a specific part of femininity you definitely want me to talk about, or just anything on a budget? All right, see you soon.